Hello viewers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. We're leveling up some replacements. We just don't have enough people to run all the Darkest Dungeon missions anymore. I don't want to run DD2 with the crew we have. I really want to get these replacements up, so while we wait for some of us to recover from the various things that we've seen, it's time for the Pro Squad to go and make us some extra money. We're still a little bit short on gold, especially now that we have to re-equip and retrain some newbies. So I think that I think this makes sense. Food, yeah. It just looks like not very many items. It feels like I'm not bringing enough stuff. I guess I could have brought anti-venom for the trees. But basically, we're just making some money here. We're a little short on cash. I brought the 3 people who survived DDQ1. I considered bringing those 3 people and one of the underleveled guys and trying to force them way up real fast, but
now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
I decided that was too risky. We don't really have the option of... Is that really the first time I've seen one of those? Of allowing somebody to die because I was screwing around. Like, the death limit is coming up on us. It's a real concern.
Cannot be left unanswered.
Ouch, man. Right away. Ouch. I actually kind of like... I like that the dog moved to the front so I could hit the ghoul and the other dog with this artillery, though. It also means that Barbaric Yawp will hit both of them, so that's nice. Wow. Well, he's using one of the bandages. That feels pretty good, actually. That's a pretty efficient bandage. Obviously, he's going to need a little bit of help from the occultist. I'm super annoyed at how many attacks it took to kill that dog. I'm also annoyed that he couldn't get his turn while the ghoul was stunned. All these bleeds. Alright, come on. Apparently we're dedicated to letting this guy get off another attack. Well, at least it wasn't a crit. Well, he didn't even land the stun. So, and the stun will land too this time. Oh no. Well, now we can't kill him this round because we have to get healing off. There you go. That's a real value.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
So this is going well so far. Much more. Yeah, I'm not going to use a bandage for 3 points. We did not get any. Did not get any initial scout, which would have made me feel a lot better about all this. To a certain extent, we don't care what happens to the non-occultist members of this party, aside from that they must survive. But it's not a big deal if they pick up, like, crummy traits or anything, since we won't be using them for anything of real meaning.
Precision and power.
Oof, and he resisted the bleed. Rough. There we go.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
At least the Arbalest remembers what her job is. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this group of dudes doesn't doesn't perform so well when they have a healer. Maybe they feel judged by the fact that I included a healer in the party. Damn. I mean, he does have some stun resist, but still. So he's gonna hit for 7 to 13. It's so hard to tell if that's gonna change the number of turns we have to endure. But I really would love to get people's health levels up.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Oof. Man, maybe I should have brought more bandages. So his stun chance is 164. It's still like a 70% chance to stun. I think this is right. Man. Did it ever feel to you like 70 ain't what it used to be? That was actually a significantly negative heal. At max level, the bleed does 9 damage. So you have to actually get a reasonable number on your heal for the heal not to be negative if it also deals 9 damage.
Their cursed champion falls.
Alright, well, we'll go ahead and bandage him because he needs it. The trade-off is supposed to be that it's a very low chance of application. The chance of it applying goes up as you level up the skill because, you know, most numbers attached to a skill go up as it levels. But the trade-off is that everybody in your party gains 10% bleed resist every time they level up. And the bleed resist is high enough and the bleed apply chance is low enough on that heal that it doesn't have a fantastic chance of applying in the first place. But we've gotten some bad beats here, just bad rolls, you know. Variants can do that. It's alright. We'll live, probably.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We've already made a fair amount of money. Oh, and we finally got a scout. Unfortunately, we'll never know if either of these two hallways contain a secret room, because we didn't get a scout at any point that was capable of finding that out. Well, no, it's the sparkle of a backpack, but there might be a coin inside. There wasn't. There was a map. I'm okay with that. I like a map. And the map tells us that there's no battles in our immediate future. That's good information, because it lets us intentionally let our torch run down a little bit. Alright, you guys. Let's take it easy on the food. Let's us intentionally let the light run down and then make camp. I was really kind of hoping for, you know, another scout there. I do not know. It feels to me, and I have intentionally avoided reading anything about the numbers of the game. So I do not know if it is the case that certain classes have higher base scouting chances than others. It feels like that's the case, though. It definitely feels like you get more scouts when you have a grave robber, even without the trinket. Or, wow, a whole stack of food already. 1, 2, 3. We've seen 6 rooms, and they've eaten a whole stack of food. I'm gonna camp now, just as a...
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
At the rate they're eating food, we cannot, absolutely cannot afford to do 8 food. Which sucks. I would have loved to. Alright, now we have to consider our buffs. But what I was saying is that it seems like bounty hunters, grave robbers, maybe highwaymen have a base scouting chance that gets you more scouts than when you don't have any of those things in your party. I mean, we could take buffs. We could also just pull down this guy's stress. Let's do a little bit. If we do one more, it would leave us with 5. But like now we could do restring crossbow and... We could do dark strength and another encourage. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go plus 20% damage on you. And then you encourage him. And then, like, restring. There we go. Dark Strength is cool. I haven't used it much during the Let's Play just because none of my alchemists came with it unlocked by default, and I kept forgetting to unlock extra camping skills. But the ability to apply a significant buff while only using 2 time units is actually really significant. The additional cost is not so bad, really.
A blazing star is born.
Okay, I'll take an extra
Wealth
torch.
beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
This is kind of an annoyingly shaped dungeon. Alright, I think it's going to turn out that my crew's biggest danger is their own slight gluttony.
Obliterated. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
I'll tell you what has not been a problem this playthrough is spiders. Alright, I didn't hit this thing on the way over there on the chance that there would be a curio in there that would give us a key. I'm not going to spend my key on it. That key is for either a secret room or for when I have given up on the possibility of us encountering a secret room. Okay, there's still a whole wing of the dungeon left, and we have 1 hunger event worth of food. I get that trekking through obviously haunted woods is kind of hungry work, but you guys gotta tone it down a little bit.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I have to wonder what's going on. Do all of our heroes have some sort of memory problem that they need their purpose to be made clear to them over and over again throughout the course of these things? We have to come back this way anyway. We may as well see if we happen to run into a key. Little things like that may seem like they don't matter, but it has been my experience that if you are not paying attention to the little advantages that you can get, you have a tendency to lose the big advantages as well. Attentiveness is very important. I know that usually I try to mete out damage somewhat evenly in the presence of one of these things. That's really annoying that that survived. You could have done a little better. But these things are so much more annoying than slimes that I have no problem killing them and leaving the slots open to potentially be filled by slimes. Screw these guys. Also, what do they need 25% prod for? Seriously. Like, they're not enough of a pain.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, I think... Well, damn.
A singular strike.
Obviously, what I thought is that it was worthwhile to stab that, or to stun that guy. Minimum damage. Yeah, they do have 120% base resist, I guess. As always, the Arbalest remembers what her job is. Okay. That's unfortunate. And I think... No, let's focus on damage. Try to make sure these things go down.
The greater the glory.
I figured there's a pretty good chance that it still kills. There was a pretty good chance of landing a stun. I'd really like to get a heal off on the Bounty Hunter before we wrap up here. So I'm going to try it, even at the risk of I clicked in kind of an ambiguous position and the game interpreted it in a frustrating way. That's my bad. This is the Bounty Hunter. This area up here, not the Bounty Hunter. So, yeah, I'm just not clicking at this point. Wait. I forgot that there was a curio. We don't have holy water, though. And I don't remember what that does when you don't have holy water, but I bet it's bad. Alright. We only have to explore... We only have to enter one more room. Oops. I clicked out of the window there for a moment. I have one of those Logitech mice. That's nice.
Are often low on supplies.
The classic MX518, one of the best computer input devices made by man, and it has a button that brings up the little program selection menu that you get when you hit Windows Tab, and I hit that with my big giant hands because I'm not. Because I'm clumsy, basically. Alright. Isolate the big dude. He's not that scary by himself. Man. Every time he says that thing about the Fury of the Stars, it makes me think of my Boom Kid. I don't have a lot to say about Darkest Dungeon. About this part of Darkest Dungeon, anyway. The part where we just sit around and fight monsters for gold, because I've been doing that for something like 130 episodes or something like that. But let me tell you, do I have things to say about World of Warcraft? Which I used to play. I think MMOs are fun, but at some point you have to grow up and decide that you're going to spend your time on different video games. No, I just didn't have a... It takes a lot of time to be actually good at an MMO, generally. And I ran out of time. Life intruded. This is sort of what I'm doing instead, actually.
Teetering on the brink.
Oh, you're fine, you big baby. Should I have stunned there? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should have.
This is no place for
Yep.
the weak or a foolhardy. Monstrous size.
Wow.
has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Okay, let's toss the supplies. We are definitely leaving. Don't need you or you or you. Take all this stuff. Let's get out of here. Yep.
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies. Let them arrive unharried.
So, what happened there was that the turn order randomness took a big giant dump on me. Let that guy go last to deal a devastating blow, and then go not exactly first, but pretty close to first on the next turn. I still think that the game's biggest mechanical flaw...
Before the crows and rats made it their domain.
Good contribution, Wayne. I still think that the game's biggest mechanical flaw is the turn order system. It's still just way too random. They reduced the random roll factor from a D10 to a D8, and I appreciate that, but I think it should be a lot smaller, maybe half of that. As it is, like it's not worth really pumping speed because it just doesn't matter so much of the time what what the expected turn order is. Hey, look, level 3 showed up. Let's recruit her. We don't even need her.
And unrelenting.
We don't even need her. Let's recruit a level 3. That sounds cool. Actually, she probably replaces Queen Carnan, doesn't she? Because she has level 4. Yeah, she has level 4 skills and armor and stuff already. She doesn't have Dazzling Light, which we'll have to level up from base. But this is a lot of money that we just saved. Provided that we were probably bringing up Queen Carnan, I think. Anyway, that's lucky. That's a windfall. I'm still looking for the orange Arbalest trinket. It's a great trinket. We've never seen it. It would be fantastic to have. It's just never come up. All right. Well, I was kind of avoiding the Gibbering Prophet. I know that I said last time that we might go hunting for him, but I was kind of avoiding the Gibbering Prophet because I was like, why take the chance, though? What if somebody dies? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? And, yeah, it sucked. It sucked a lot. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Darkest Dungeon. I'm trying to make the videos a little shorter, so here we are. Come back next time. I cannot believe. I'm so frustrated. 8 of 13. Alright, no more deaths. We're going to get no more deaths. Everything's going to be fine. Come back next time. Something will happen. I don't know. Probably somebody will die. Things have been going terribly lately. We'll see you then.